man.
Man, I appreciate you.
Yes, this is Jack of Fitness. You know, you see who I got, man. Young Holy, Evan Holyfield tonight, man. First off, thank you for your time, champ. First off, this go into a little bit about your fight. You got a fight date coming up, December 12th. Just touch on your fight date, December 12th. Where you fighting at, your opponent, stuff like that.
I'm fighting December 12th. It's gonna be in Jonesboro, Jersey. Hold on, let me put these headphones real quick.
Yeah. Yeah, there you go.
She always doing this. All right, it's gonna take a couple seconds. All right, you hear me, fam?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you good.
All right, good. I can hear you good too. But yeah. So it's gonna be December 12th in Jonesboro, Jersey, Georgia, and I'm fighting this guy named Javier Martinez. He's 8-16. So he's fight a lot of some good names, and you know, it's gonna be, you know, coming out party type thing.
Yeah, definitely. Now, this touch on, you know, being the son of a former world heavyweight champion, man. This when did you know that this was going to be your calling? Because I know one of your brothers played in the NFL, was a running back, and all that. When did you know that boxing was going to be your calling growing up, coming up?
Man, like I mean, it's kind of hard to say, but I know when I really went all in on boxing, it was around like, you know, because everybody plays a lot of sports coming up in age, but when it really hit, when I went ninth grade, I seen Elijah, you know, really start going all in, you know, into his football and investing all his time into that, and I understood, you know, it's an investing of time if you want to get somewhere, you know, where you want to be. So I quit all my sports, stopped playing football and all that, and I was like, you know, I'm just dedicate myself to the gym and see where it goes from there. By the time I was, you know, on my senior year, I was going to national tournaments and stuff like that, and you know, and I really started making a name for myself. People were, you know, people really weren't worried about me, so to say, you know, at first. But when people started, you know, calling my dad and it was, oh yeah, you know, your son is really like, getting up there now, you know, it's it all started. I think like I graduated in 2016, so it had to happen like around 2017, 2018, because we started. I switched gyms to the Paul Murphy Boxing Club, and we started traveling, you know, over to the United States and stuff, and you know, getting work and seeing different styles and stuff like that, and it really just helped me to build confidence within myself. And you know, once you get that part out the way, then we started going to the nationals, and I started going against some of the top ranked amateurs and stuff like that. And then when I recognized they were just like me, or I was up on that level, we went to the next one, and I started, you know, doing better than that, and then, you know, I'm here now. You know, it chose me.
Yeah, definitely. Signed the main events and all that. 4-0, 3 knockouts. Just run down your size, because I believe you fight the junior middleweight. Yeah, tall junior middleweight. So you're 6'2", right?
Yeah, I'm 6'2". Could possibly hit 47 because, you know, I'm fighting at 155 this fight or something like that, 154, and right now I've been walking around 155, 154. I only got a cut weight for that. So yeah, so we'll see where that takes us, you know, and all that. But other than that, you know, we stay in shape all day. It's never getting ready. We always ready.
Okay. Is this going to be your first fight in the bubble? Is this going to be your first time experiencing the bubble life of boxing?
Well, I wouldn't say the bubble because, you know, I feel like I don't know if it's gonna be bubble, but all I know is I stay at the gym all day, so I'm only seeing the same people every single day. It's always been like that. So other than that, I really can't say about the bubble. I think the bubble's in Vegas though.
Okay. So you're going to be fighting December 12th is going to be a live gate then, basically.
Yeah, live gate.
Oh, okay, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah. Break that down. How it is to fight, you know, in front of your fans and your family coming out to support you and cheer you on.
I feel like it's gonna be something different this time because this is my first time fighting in my hometown. You know,
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
really born in Houston, Texas, but I grew up all my life in Atlanta. So
In
it's gonna
Atlanta,
be the
yeah.
first time for like all my friends and family to come together and really see me perform. But you know, it pushes me harder in the gym, just to like make me think like hey, I'm gonna put this show on for these for my people. You know.
Yeah, definitely, definitely, man. That gotta be a good feeling to finally come home, and fight in front of the people that you grew up around in Georgia. Just touch on that a little bit, like how it was growing up, the son of a former world champion and everything. For the people that
Uh,
might not know.
for the people who might not know, it's kind of it's interesting growing up, with the last name because you see a lot of people come in your face, but you got to
Yeah,
know who's genuine and who's not, and
yeah,
pretty much keep your circle tight because everybody likes talking and stuff like that, and you really just got to keep your vision straight because everybody wants to
yeah,
blow up your head or want to talk about you, talk down on your name, but you just got to know who you are for individually, and just know what you want
yeah.
to be and where you want to see yourself. So as far as that goes, I kept my circle tight and I kept my head down and always kept focused into what I was doing.
Definitely, definitely. Now you training out of Houston, Texas, right?
Nah, actually, I just got out of Houston, Texas, and I'm in a
Okay,
lawsuit with my managers and stuff down there. But I'm back with my original team that built me up to that point. So I feel like if you tune in and watch this fight, it's going to be a
yeah.
different performance. You're going to see a different style. You're going to see young Holy,
Okay, okay. Without giving too much of the game plan away, just touch on some of the things you've been working on in camp for this up and coming fight.
Man, I've been working for I've been working pretty much before I had this fight date. So, it was pretty much the main focus is getting back to, my old self, just
Yeah,
having fun in the ring, taking control and keeping control and just having fun in there. You can pretty much do whatever you want as long as you focus and, you know what you got to do and you got to get control, use the jab and whatnot. You know,
yeah, definitely.
um, you're going to see all angles. You're going to see some defense, some offense, all that.
Yeah, cool, cool. Now, tomorrow's the big day, gobble gobble and all that. I know it might be kind of rough for you to eat, being that you're in camp and on weight. But after you make weighing, I always love to ask the fighters this. After that grueling camp, you make weight, you rehydrate. What's the first thing you like to eat, man?
Man, I know, like right after the main focus, I'm still focused on the fight, so to
Yeah,
speak. So, I'm not gonna put nothing in that's gonna like, really stump my system. So I'm gonna put something in that's gonna be good fuel. But after the fight, hey,
yeah,
that's a whole entire different story. I'm gonna get some milkshakes, and something with
yeah,
dairy
yeah.
because that's the
Okay.
main thing I really cut out for the main part for this camp.
Okay.
Other than that, I don't really got to cut. Dairy's the only thing that messes me up. This doesn't work well with my system.
Okay, okay, cool, cool, cool. Another thing I like to ask the fighters, right? Because like I said, I work with a lot of young kids in the gym. This touch on, what it takes to get to that level. You're signed with main events, major promotion company. This for the young guys coming up that's looking up to you now. Want to be the next young Holy, fight on the big stages, get signed to a major promotion company. Just tell them what it takes to get to that level.
I can tell you what it takes to get there. First off, you see where I'm at right now. It takes
Yeah,
being
in the
in the
gym.
gym for the first
That's right.
for the most part. You can't be scared. All work is good work. There's no really
Yeah,
such thing as losing in sparring. As long as you're learning and you're open your mind to learning. As long as you're pushing yourself in the gym, and then the most important part I feel like it for amateurs is you got to get in those shows, get in some tournaments, get that experience because if you're not getting that experience, then then what you doing? You don't got to always talk about boxing if you actually boxing. Your work will
yeah,
speak for itself, so to speak. So I feel like with
yeah,
that, and you go out to the national tournament, get your name out there, and you give out solid performances, get people looking at you. Hey,
yeah.
you don't gotta say nothing. Your work,
Definitely.
let the work speak for itself. So as far as that, it's to stay busy. These fights is all about learning. That's what the whole amateur is about. Is about learning. Because if you really think about it, you can go pro, no amateur fights, but you
Okay.
only see the cream of the crop are the people who have those amateur fights because all amateurs is nothing but learning.
Definitely, definitely. Now, as an amateur, a lot of the young guys as amateurs, they get in there and they get some of that good pro experience. As when you was an amateur, did you get any top quality sparring with some pros when you was an amateur?
Yeah, like at this gym, Paul Murphy Boxing Club, there was a lot of pros coming through, and we actually had like a couple people make the USA team, like Brandon Glannon, and like our top
Okay,
pro here at the time when I was here was Mike Seals and stuff like that. So I got some work with him
okay,
and a couple people.
okay.
He has lots of sparring partners coming in and whatnot. But other than
Yeah,
that, there's an amateur style and there's a pro style. And the amateurs is all
yeah,
about throwing a lot of punches. It's not more so having a pro style. But
yeah.
pro style is something that you develop as you go through.
Definitely, definitely. I'm glad you brought that up, man. Can you just elaborate a little bit more on that because it's people. See, you know me. I deal with the boxing, so I understood what you said. But can you just go into that a little bit more about the difference between the amateur style and then when you turn pro, the professional style? How it's like really like basically what you just said. It's a total different ball game. It's a total different
Yeah.
style.
So like the different styles is like it's even like a difference in training. Think about it. Well, if you're elite open, at least you're only going 3 rounds, 3 minutes,
Yeah,
3 rounds. So the whole fight's 9 minutes. You
yeah,
ain't about to be jogging that thing. Everything's a sprint. Everything's
yeah,
fast. So according to that, you don't really got too much time to really set up. For like
yeah,
a 10 round fight because you really don't got all that time. Everything's got to be fast. You got to throw a lot of punches, and you got to be first. You got to be last, and stuff like
yeah.
that. So that's the whole amateur style from my perspective. It's just throwing a lot of punches. You want to start out first. You want to start out last. You want to start the combination, and you want to end the combination, and you want to, of course, want to exchange. Everything's
Yeah,
a sprint, everything's fast. But when you're a pro, you got time to set things up, you know, in that sense, and you got to be aware of the damage that you're taking because there's no head here.
yeah, yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And another thing that I find that a lot of guys like to say is in these amateur shows, you're constantly weighing in. The pros, you just it's that one weigh in, and then it's showtime. But on the amateur scene, you gotta still be mindful of making weight each and every day. Just
Yeah.
explain that difference to the young guys coming up too.
Well, from my experience in the amateurs, my dad really never let me cut weight. Well, he never let me cut weight. So whatever I weighed at, I just fight at. So my whole amateur career, well, coming up when I was like 17, 18, around there, I walk around weighing like 158 and 159, and now I'm weighing, I fight at 165. So, cutting weight was never a thing. But the first time I really started seeing people cut weight for real, where it really mattered was at the qualifiers, the Eastern qualifiers and the Western qualifiers, because everybody's
Yeah,
fresh when they first come in, but by the time you get to day 3 and day 4, that's when you start seeing the weight really wear down certain people who are like really cutting down to that weight for a certain amount of days. And when you see people cutting down weight for that certain amount of days, you know how much they got in the tank. It's a little bit harder to push for that little extra mile if somebody's really pushing their pace.
yeah,
So other than that, it's just about being disciplined and staying on your weight. Like I
yeah,
said, it's about staying ready, not getting ready. Because if you're constantly going up and down on weight, like I
yeah,
said, you're an amateur. You're not even getting paid to make weight. So you know, why be going up and down on weight? You might as well just stay in the right shape, and which is more healthier for you. Healthier for your brain also
yeah,
because when you think about the hydration and stuff like that, your brain's 90 something percent water. When you're dehydrating your
yeah,
body and your brain all last minute, your brain's rattling around and stuff like that, and it just doesn't make for a long career, and it's not really healthy for a young person who's not getting paid. I understand,
yeah,
we have that whole day between and stuff like that, but let's be real.
yeah,
You fight your size. Boxing, what about? What's boxing about? Hit it and not get hit. So
yeah,
you can beat anybody any size. So
yeah.
that's the way I think about it.
Yeah, that's cool. See, I'm glad you touched on that too, being a young brother, 23 years old. But I can already see that you have a lot of wisdom in the game. Would you assess that wisdom coming from growing up with a father that was in the fight game, that was at the highest heights in the sport? You assess some of that knowledge that you gained being the son of a former world champion?
I can credit it to that, and I can credit it to just being in the gym every day. Like, I'm in the gym all day, every day. So, what I learned is, pretty much from the atmosphere I soak in. I have great coaches. I got a great staff around me, and great fighters too. Just learning from the pros, they pass it down to me. As long as, as far as my dad too, some of my dad's friends, we all talk about boxing. You should live the sport and you should learn.
Yeah. Cool. Now, yeah, what do you have planned? When you're in the gym, you got to get that extra mile in. Yeah, what songs you got blasting off? To give you that motivation in the gym. What you listening to?
Shoot, man, we got a gym full of like all types of people. So like, hey, you'd be surprised what you hear come on the playlist. I'd be like, for instance, today somebody was playing some Dave East. Like how they have that versus thing. Some of those remixes going on, but and really, I listen to anything, but when I'm warming up, I kind of like listen to like fast paced music. So it's good rhythm for my feet. For me to work off some rhythm and stuff.
Okay, cool. I'm not gonna hold too much of your time. One of the final questions that I always like to, ask, or it's really basically not even a question. I want you to give the young kids coming up something that they can hold on to. A couple words of inspiration, because like I told you earlier, it's a kid that's gonna watch this video that that you're gonna inspire. That's gonna want to be the next young Holy. That wants to fulfill his dreams of becoming a professional prize fighter. So just give the kids something before I let you go.
The most important thing I've ever learned in boxing is inside the gym. There's been plenty of people who came in that could have been better than me or that were better than me, but it's only the ones who stay in the gym and stay focused that really made it count. Because people come in your life and they come out your life like seasons, you know.
Yeah.
So for the most important thing, just don't quit and stay focused and stay dedicated to what's worth it. What's in front of you. Because a lot of people get caught up in short-term things like a girlfriend or whatever, or fast money and whatnot. But what's going to be really working out for you at the end of the day? What's going to stay down for you? Boxing not going to turn its back on you. In that case. So the most thing I can really tell any young fighter is to stay focused, stay in the gym, and stay dedicated. Don't get stopped by the little shortcomings, that come with the sport, because everybody gets knocked down. This is about getting up and continuing. That's what boxing's about. You don't stay underground. Every champion gets up.
Yeah, definitely, man. Let everybody know the social media handles where they can follow you at on the social media platforms.
On Instagram, it's Evan Holyfield with an underscore at the end. And if you want to catch me on Twitter, it's Chief Holy.
Definitely. Once again, get that fight date again one more time. December 12th.
December 12th, Jonesboro, Georgia. If you're trying to find the streaming, it's on bpe.network. Check it out. And streaming's only $10. If you're trying to get a ticket, it's only $45. So pull up if you're there.
Definitely, man. Once again, man, I'd like to thank you for your time. This is Young Holy, Evan Holyfield. Thank you for your time, champ. Best of luck. We're going to be tuned in and continue to watch your career and continue to watch your growth. Thank you for your time again, champ.
Hey, thanks, man. I appreciate your time.
Definitely, man. Best of luck.
Thank you. You too. Blessings.
All right. Yep. That was Evan Holyfield fighting December 12th. He just gave you all the intel and information. Tune in and tap into that. I just like to thank Champ for his time. Jack Talk Podcast, man, Monday through Friday, 5 p.m. Eastern. Constantly interviewing the fighters. It's another one. You know the vibes. I holla.